Well, the Kathmandu was open. You can smoke as much as you want, party as much as you want. There was no drugs here, hard drugs. There was no opium dens, no such thing as a Nepalese heroin addict. Nothing like that. And it was a happy place. Everybody smiling, everybody happy. We were spending dollars. It was a good thing. We were bringing support to the town. Everybody loved us, man. I don't know how many times people offer you, come to my house, have some food. Come to your house, have some food. It was a very loving, loving place. Plus, the Vietnam War was raging.
Yeah.
So people were running away from Vietnam and were hiding out in Kathmandu. As an example, there was one guy who, when he graduated medical school, they drafted him. They were going to send him as a doctor to Vietnam. He was against the war, so he came to Kathmandu. So when he came to Kathmandu, he was basically hiding. So he would walk from all the mountains up and down and give free medication and free doctoring to the Nepali people who were living in the mountains. They never had a doctor. They never had that opportunity. They loved that guy. That guy was one of the most loved people in Nepal at the time because he always was kind and he always helped the people when they needed a broken hand. He fixed it. They cut it. He fixed it. They had problems. And if they had medication, he would go to Kathmandu, get the medication they needed. Anyhow, like Vietnam time, they found out that he was here. The American government. And so when the American government found out he was here, we'll talk about that later, they set a trap because he would come to American Express and catch money from his family, which he gave away to all Nepalese. He'd get money and then give medical treatment to everybody in Nepal. The guy was loved, man. And one time when he went to get money, they arrested him, and when they arrested him, they said put him on a plane to Bangkok. Bangkok, they don't let you. They have a jail there in Bangkok, and they keep you in jail there. Then they put you on a plane to San Francisco, and then in San Francisco they arrest you. I know that because that happened to me. So that was a lot of people were here hiding out from the Vietnam War. The ambassador at the time was Ainsworth Bunker's wife. Ainsworth Bunker was the head of the diplomatic mission. He was the head ambassador for America in Vietnam. His wife was the ambassador to Nepal. When I was in Honey Mendoka and they thought they had gotten me, she had a baby blue Cadillac convertible. So she would drive in front of Honey Mendoka to show me, we got you, we got you, we got you. They didn't get me. But Reagan was Nixon was against the hippies because we were against the war.
Yeah.
So he hated us. So he made marijuana super illegal. So that's where the drug war started.
True.
But it really didn't start for real until Reagan. When Reagan became the president, Nixon was terrible. But Reagan, he let the police get high. Before if you didn't get high, you didn't smoke pot, you didn't smoke hash, we ain't selling you shit. But if you get high and we party, then maybe we sell you some weed. So Reagan let the police get high. They had a guy in Bangkok who worked for the DEA. He would inject heroin. That was part of his mission, to infiltrate the heroin groups in Bangkok. So they had the same thing in the States. So they let the police get high. When they let the police get high, they infiltrated our marijuana groups. That's why when you go to America, you don't see any, in those days, you don't see any more Colombian, any more Thai weed, any more Pakistani, any more Nepali. You don't see that anymore. Now they have a legal process. So this is what they did to show you how what kind of things they did. In Hawaii, in Kona, there's big growers out there because Hawaiian weed would fetch the highest price in the States. In those days, a pound of Hawaiian weed was $6,400. And that was like in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. That was a lot of money. Only the super rich people could afford that weed, but it was super. The two people came into Kona, on the Kona coast. They opened up a grow shop where they're selling nutrients, dirt, all this kind of stuff. And they got high. They went to the parties. They fucked the girls. You know what I mean? And so they said, they came on to the growers. They said, listen, we have a system to send stuff into the States, right? You grow, I'll help you with whatever you need. You grow it. When you grow it, you pack it. When you pack it, you bring it to us. We'll ship it for you to your people. When your people get it, they pay you, then you pay us. Sounded sketchy to a lot of people, but to a few people, beautiful, right? So the first time they did that, they success, right? The second time, when they success, right? The second time, more people came to have them sent through this group. That was a drug enforcement agency. They busted people from Kona Coast all the way to Boston. They took everybody's house, everybody's car, everybody's Rolex, everything away from them. So another way, what they did, Reagan did, you're doing business with people and you get a call. Oh, you remember me? I'm Bill, Joey, or whatever. I've delivered to you a few times. I said, I just did a big deal. They paid me in weed. I'd like to bring it to you. Can you sell it for me? I give you a good price. Yeah, man, come on down. That was a controlled delivery. So once he came in, delivered to you, you took it. 3 hours later, they got you. And they did that all over the country. That's why you don't get that weed. Believe me, if we could still get the weed that we used to get and like the Hawaiian, the really good Thai, the good hash from Lebanon and Afghanistan, that would compete with the market for sure. Because in the end, they had to make it legal. Because you got to remember that cannabis has always been medicine. Has always been in the pharmacopoeia of China and the pharmacopoeia of Ayurvedic medicine. And so it's always been legal, And so the British, it was legal all the 200 years that they ran India. It was legal. They taxed it and they sold it to the temples. And they sold it in the market. So, when in the 1930s, the patent medicine, the patents on cannabis medicines ran out. When the cannabis medicine patents ran out, they made it illegal. What they did is they made cannabis and products illegal, and now they sell you chemical concocted copies. Okay, that's the game. But in Kathmandu, it was a very big open party scene. It was one big party. Everybody having fun, everybody laughing, everybody trek. It started Kathmandu. I mean, Freak Street started Kathmandu, people coming here.
Yeah.
So it got to be the place to go. But even after they shut the law shut it down, people were still coming for that the adventure of being in Kathmandu. Now they come here, they have to buy it on the street. In those days, there was plenty of shops where you could go buy. My friend, he would go up to Humala Jumala and Rara Lake, and he would buy the production. In those days, you could buy, go up to the mountains in a helicopter, collect the hash, fly to Kathmandu, take it into customs, pay 35 rupees a kilo, customs tax on each kilo, and then take home. You weren't doing anything illegal until you try to take it out of the country. Say, they busted you at the airport. They took your hash. You went to court. You paid $100 fine. And then what happens next? They want to sell you back your hash. Oh, but don't take it. Don't try to take it out. But you can still have it.
Hmm.
You know, it got to be crazy.